Greetings, fellow traders. If your current strategy has not been working, here's a Forex strategy that is working now with amazing accuracy. Due to the Hamas attack on Israel, the market has been going crazy and the currency market has been unstable. When events like this happen, whatever your strategy you are using is most likely not going to work. After many hours of testing different ideas, I found an indicator on Tradingview that works amazingly well, so let's get into it. Okay, guys, so the indicator that we're going to be talking about today is called the Lux Algo Echo Indicator. And the way we get into this indicator is we get into it from tradingview.com. Once you're logged in, go ahead and click on indicators. And then in the search bar, just go ahead and type it in. So type in Echo, and then you're going to see the Echo Forecast Lux Algo Indicator. And there should be 3,592 people currently using this indicator. That means it's super popular, as a lot of people are using this indicator, which also means it must work very well. Okay, now if you want to know more about this indicator, you can go to the more option and click on about this script. And then once you click on about this script, you will see a full explanation about this indicator, and you can go into great detail and look at numerous examples as to how it works and the whole calculation if you want to go into that much depth. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going over what you guys need to know and the basics of it. Okay, so one of the things you're going to notice is you're going to have one side that's green and one side that's orange. The area in the green is used as a reference for the search of the most similar and dissimilar historical prices, also known as the valuation window. The area in the orange is known as the forecasting window, and then after that you can see the price prediction. So basically this area in the green is the valuation, and then this right here is the forecasting window, and then after that you can see what the continuation of the price is going to look like. What I love so much about this is that you can see the highest and lowest points, and it gives you a time as to when you can expect for those levels to be hit. So I like looking at the 1 hour time frame, and I like looking at the 15-minute time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, you can get an idea as to where your take profit should be, and you can see just how long the trend is going to go and how high or how low it's going to be. And then on the 15-minute time frame, I like comparing just to see, if I can get some more information that's more accurate. Anytime you look at longer time periods, there's more things that can affect it. So looking at the shorter time period, you get another clue. Also, on the shorter time period, you can kind of see that, it's already expecting the price to consolidate, which is a huge sign that this works very well. Right now, it's 1:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US, and we all know that the market starts to die down around this time. So this algorithm knows that, and you can kind of see that it's already expecting for there to be a lot of consolidation. So I like using the 15-minute time frame to measure pullbacks and get an idea as to where my stop loss can be, or an area where I can start setting limit orders. Because so for example, if we put our line right here on the 15-minute time frame, we can see the lowest point is expected to be around 1924. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see here that the low point is expected to be around 1922. So in this case, I could set some limit orders around 1924 and make sure I have a stop loss set around 1920 just to cover the difference in commissions and spreads. So that's one way that you can use this very well. All right, and when it comes to this indicator, I personally like using the Bollinger Bands because the Bollinger Bands measures price action, supply and demand, and it also measures volatility and volumes. When you see these bands getting wider and wider, that means the volumes are increasing and the volatility is increasing. So you can get a lot of information from the Bollinger Bands, but there's many other options that you can use with this indicator for it to work very well. One of the things that's so fascinating with this indicator is that it can measure currency pairs that are going to be expecting a lot of volatility and wild movements. So one of the reasons why I really insist on trading gold and recommend that for those of you who don't trade gold to give gold a try is look how stable the forecast is for gold. You don't see this too often with currency pairs that are very popular. So usually you see tons of corrections and pullbacks and lots of wild movements. But this is like very stable in comparison to other currency pairs. Now let's look at, for example, the US dollar. So like the US dollar is also very popular to look at, and look at the prediction with this indicator. So, I mean, this is some wild movements, and it's so unreliable that you can kind of see why the US dollar is all over the place, and you cannot trust the US dollar in regards to correlations, because normally when the US dollar is up, gold is down, and when the US dollar is down, then gold is up. But because the US dollar is just so unstable right now, you can't use the US dollar as a correlation for your basis of trading gold. So now you kind of see why gold is pretty much just like, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing because the US dollar is just unpredictable right now, and I don't have time for that. So for those of you who don't trade gold, I strongly recommend that you guys give this a shot. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to my MetaTrader 4, and we're going to do some comparisons so that you guys can see just how amazing it is to factor this in as your strategy for the current market conditions. Okay, so now we're inside my MetaTrader 4 account, and we can get a better idea as to how all of this plays together. So if you are looking at this from a normal perspective, you would see here on the 9th of October, there was a huge gap on gold. So if you were like many people, you were looking to sell here at least until this gap was filled. But as you can see, this gap was never filled, and gold instead went on a huge bullish run. I mean, from here to where gold is now was like over 500 pips. So that was a huge move from gold. And it doesn't look like this gap is going to be filled anytime soon, and gold is going to stay on this bullish run at least until the US dollar becomes more stable, because as we just looked at, the US dollar is not stable right now, which means many US dollar currency pairs are going to be drastically affected, and they're just going to be unreliable. Gold is an exception because when the US dollar is unstable, gold becomes more stable, and it kind of acts as if it's the reserve currency. A lot of people don't understand that. So when times of like war, like COVID, and just any type of major global disaster, then gold becomes the currency that you want to trade because it's going to be more stable. And as you can see, I mean, just look at how beautiful this continuation of a bullish pattern is. You know, the pullbacks are very minimal, and you have a steady, clear uptrend. So this makes gold very easy to trade. compared to if you wanted to trade, like, let's say the euro US dollar, for example. You can see here the euro US dollar. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with the euro US dollar, and that's because who knows what's going to happen with the US dollar. So if the US dollar is unstable, you can bet the euro US dollar is also going to be unstable. So those are just a couple of takeaways that I have with that. So now let me show you guys my MQL5, just so you guys can see that I actually have some real data to back this up with some actual trades. So this right here is my MQL5 account, and I strongly recommend that you guys get one of these accounts. I use this for all my strategy tests, and I like having real trades instead of using like the strategy tester on your MetaTrader 4 or on Tradingview. This way, with real trades, I have real results, and it helps me become a better trader. So as you can see here, I've been able to find some really good trades with this forecast indicator. You can use it for any currency pair, and just make sure you guys use it with the 1 hour time frame and the 15-minute time frame, just so you guys can compare the ranges, and you'll be fine. If you look at the risk, you can see here my drawdown has been extremely low. And you guys can also see how much I have improved as a trader. I am smarter with the risks that I'm taking, and I'm smarter with the strategies that I'm using. So I always start here, and then after I have a good game plan, then I use that information for my live accounts. So if I make any mistakes here, I don't repeat those same mistakes on my live accounts. And now you can see here, my drawdown is normally very low on this account, which is awesome. So this strategy works very well, guys, and I strongly recommend that you guys use it, especially for these current conditions. Now, once things stabilize and this war is over with Hamas and Israel, hopefully the market should go back to normal, and then we can kind of see a more stable US dollar. And then when that happens, we can see stable ranges between the US dollar currency pairs. Okay, guys, thank you for checking this out, and I wish you guys all success, and study this over the weekend, and make sure next week you guys come ready, because this is a huge opportunity for us as traders to make a lot of good money and pass some challenges with all the movements that's going to be happening. And now that we have a secret Forex indicator that's going to help us predict the movements, we can't go wrong. And I wish you guys all so much success, and please like and subscribe, and make sure you follow me and enable notifications so you don't miss anything. Okay, guys, take care and have a good one.